which is 6 minus 5 is 1, so 18. You have fed too long in one place, destroying a community or social group. Who were they? How did the last community member die? Gain a scavenged resource. Do some research. Call me dumb, but I have to Google what scavenge means. Scavenged. Okay, so one that was already crossed out, I assume. Geplündert? Yeah, it has to be something like that. Oh my gosh. And I thought I was okay in English. Loose resource. How's it? Oh. So, how bad of a monster do we want to be? I have three ideas. One is... Wait, I'm sorry. Let me fix my hair. I hope that then... I could also put that down. That should already help. So we could use the orphanage. See, it was my hair that made my eyes go all twitchy. We could use the orphanage. We can use the badger crew. Or we use the stable hands. The orphanage. I mean, the last one. Gain a scavenged resource. How did the last community member die? Because resources. I'm not as dumb as before. I mean, you people probably catch it and were screaming at me. We have a pen with the symbol of the organization. Some lots of ladies were. But I don't think we will get into the high society folks. We have a pair of proper clothing. We haven't lost a resource. How do we... When we don't regain one? A couple of handmade puppets for a theater play. A slip of paper that lets me enter the stable at any point. Thing is with the stables, right? Like, people will notice. We've been gone from work for quite some time, but with these thieves, like, no one will notice. But what resource would we lose? We could buy ourselves into the crew with the pendant, and then we use the pendant to get into the crew, right? Into the Badger crew. We leave Badger for last. Badger becomes our, like, side by side, you know? And then when Badger dies, we take his information about high society, you get it? Because when thieves die, who's gonna care? Like, what are they gonna do? Turn out a murder investigation? Oh, I like that. Okay. We're gonna do that. So we will use this. We will use this, and then he will be dead soon. I'm sorry. I would love to not kill him. I really liked him. I wasn't as appreciated as Andrew as I was of Badger, to be honest. Okay, Badger. We have this. This. We have this movie. Okay, who I am didn't change that much. It will change. We will get some years now in this prompt though. How we killed. So maybe we can put it in here, honestly. Because like it's about the killing of Andrew. And now we're gonna kill Betcher. People, or we put it in here. But this is more about what our vampirism brings us, like that situation vampirism brings us, right? Like the fact that we got Elben returned and that people suspected us of being a whore. And so that's more about being caught or what bad side of vampirism is. I think that memory too is more about who we actually killed. Because here's already killing it. So experience 2. I stayed with the Betcher crew for a good amount of years. The good thing about thieves is no one except for other thieves notice when they gone missing. And out of some reason, we started to lose quite a few members. Betcher confide in me how he did not understand the dying of his whole crew. I told him I didn't either, as I drank the blood from the last one left and decided it was Betcher's turn to die. But I have to give him one thing. The notes he made about the nobles will probably be really helpful. So, I stayed with the Betcher crew for a good amount of years. The good thing about thieves is that no one expects for other thieves noticed when they go missing. And out of some reason, we started to lose quite a few members. Betcher confided in me how he did not understand the whole dying of his whole crew. And I told him I didn't either, as I drank the blood from the last one left and decided it was Betcher's turn to die. But I have to give it to to give him one thing. The notes he made about the nobles will probably be really helpful soon. So I'm now gonna go Belfort. Where are my resources? I know we should but we get this because we lose this. We lose this, right? It's gone. We don't check it, we lose it. Check a skill. Because normally check a skill. Normally they would say check a resource as well, right? Lose a resource. No, I think checking means not that it's gone completely, just that we have crossed out and can't use it again. Anyway. Notes about the nobles in East Anglia. Because we are from East Anglia, right? Yeah. I'm gonna be back soon. Okay. I have to be honest. First I thought I would never use one of their crew's food. But as I grew closer to them, it became more tempting. One night, I had been told how a special gimmick would give me a space in their little circle, and I asked if my pendant was enough. Most of them were really impressed, not realizing how I had not stolen it, but rather got it with my uniform. Betcher later confronted me about how he knew that it was not all as it seemed. I told him that a good thief also knows when lying is in order. He asked what he would get for not telling the others, and I offered him a kiss. With that, our relationship was concreted, and I became the right hand of the leader of thieves. The first time I used one of the gang members' food was on a bigger heist. I and another member had been separated from the rest, and after a rustle, both of us had been beaten up pretty roughly. And with that, I could just not resist the sweet smell and the small constriction we were in. I came back alone that day, and when asked where the other person was, I just shrugged my shoulders and said that we got separated. This was just the beginning of the excuses I had to come up with. They were caught. I've not seen them. I thought I had been alone. They ran in the other direction. Did they not come back? Sometimes a person would voice their displeasure about the fact that I seemed to always be there when someone was missing. But because I had quite a tight hold on Betcher, no one would dare to speak against him. Plus, I had a pendant from the organization of nobility, and it did not matter how I got it. If I was able to get my fingers into the higher classes, in the eye of the lowest of society, that was a sign of pure power. With that, nothing stopped me, and before I knew it, Betcher sat on the bed with his head in his hands, realizing that only we two were left. He started crying, falling apart in front of me, and I held him, slowly rocking him back and forth as he lost it. And at this moment I realized one thing. Over the years, Betcher had become weak. The man with the big talks and bigger dreams had lost over time, and it might have been my fault. But if he was not able to hold it together, and between his whining and him breaking apart, I decided that he had to go as well, because he was the last one to know what I had been up to in the last few years, and starting with the black canvas. With that, I started to pat his hair before I sank my teeth in his throat, and now the band of merry thieves had been gone. I realized that this is not finally written. I will fix that before I upload it. But it's fine for now. So we notes about the nobles, because we don't have a scavenged resource, and how I translated it, this fits to the word. And we lost the reset. We already did that. Badge has been crossed out, I believe. And I killed him in memory. True. Then let's go on to the next one.